addiction to lip balm? A local doctor explains that colder temperatures could be setting you up for a new addiction.
It's 8 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
It's on the Health Watch. When this cooler air hits us, a lot of us break out our lip balm. We try to cure the dry, the chapped lips, but some believe you can actually become addicted to this stuff. I guess depending on the ingredients, so much so that maybe you can't even go without it, even when you don't need it. Joining us this morning to talk more about it is Dr. Jamin Brahmbhatt, co-director of the Pure Clinic. Great to see you.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Amy. Let me put my lip balm away.
Balm.
Sorry about that.
I love it. Okay, now listen, I've actually heard about this for many years, and I can remember when I was in high school, I had a girlfriend who, I won't say the brand, but the little jar balm and with the yellow lid, and she would take it off and she'd put it on her lips, and we used to hear people say, well, they're addicted to the camphor. The camphor in the lip balm, just couldn't stop putting it on. Is that what is it?
So I actually was thinking the same thing. Is this a true thing? Because I actually don't walk around with lip balm in my hand every day, otherwise today I did. But I went to the OR yesterday and I asked everyone in the OR, like, do you think this is true? And I was so overwhelmingly surprised. Everyone, both males and women, both males and females, started showing me their lip balms, and they're showing me like the way they hide it in the separate areas. And I was like, wow, so this must be like a real true thing that is possible. So I went back and looked at the literature, and when you actually look at the science and all the medical reports, there is no such thing as an addiction. Now, when we define addiction in medicine, it's, are you becoming dependent on it? Is there a chemical change in your brain? And number three, do you have withdrawal when you stop using it? So if you put all those things into account, no, you can't be addicted to lip balm, but you can have a psychological addiction to it.
Fascinating. Okay, so what happens? I mean, we know that our body has the ability to bring moisture to our face, to our skin, and even to our lips on its own, that we don't have to add things to it. But is it to the point that we've added so much that then when we don't do it, our body's not capable of re-moisturizing? How does that work?
No, I think you bring up an excellent point. So the skin definitely has several layers. So the way I think about skin is like a really like lasagna. There's different layers to it, and then the top layer where you add the cheese is basically the top layer where you're putting the lip balm on. That top layer is essentially, as you mentioned, responsible for you to maintain your moisture. That's why when you go into a swimming pool, you're basically waterproof. You don't absorb all that water into your body. So when you're putting this on, you're basically putting a layer of wax and chemicals on that area. So some say that because you're doing that, you're no longer getting, the natural rejuvenation of the skin, which could cause problems in the future.
Right.
But those chemicals that you mentioned, menthol, camphor, what they essentially do or can do in the lips is basically create a chemical reaction or dermatitis. So you're feeling good from that cooling effect, but then you get some irritation. So you're constantly putting that lip balm on your lips to kind of compensate for that irritation you're getting. So that's how I think you kind of get this psychological and addictive pattern to constantly using it and having it next to you.
Interesting. It's psychological, and we technically don't need it. It's really good stuff.
You technically don't, but there are some ways to prevent, the dry lips that you can get, especially in the winter season. One is you can put a scarf around your face. The second is stay hydrated. The third way is basically make sure that your skin and everything is good health. So once again, good food and good body and good health. Those are all ways to kind of avoid needing things like this.
What about Vaseline? Anything topical like that?
So that's a great thing. So if you do have to use something without chemicals. So Vaseline or Aquaphor or even coconut oil, anything that's very au natural is actually a good thing that you can use on your lips to keep them moisturized.
Doc, thanks. Good stuff.
Thank you very much, Amy.
Dr. Brahmbhatt from the Pure Clinic. We appreciate your time this morning.